Perfecto, señorita. Okay, let's go, people. We finished our tochen. Now we have to dance. Dance. Meraked. Meraked is dancing. You're not allowed to dance on Shabbos. Well, not the dancing that you're thinking about, but you cannot sift. Why is sifting called Meraked? Literally dancing.
It's like jumping around.
Because it's jumping around on the sieve when you sift it around. That is what is forbidden on Shabbat. Using a sifter to sieve large particles from small particles. Oh, just wait, how do we get to this point, by the way? We did tochen, remember? We ground down our big particles, small particles, right? There's still, and we already were mavarer, we did borer already, but still there's slightly larger ones, the coarse bits, we want them to come out, the finer bits, the flour, we want to come out the bottom. So they used to take sifters, and they would sift out so that all the nice flour would come out, and all the bigger pieces which are not breakable, stuff that the borer or the tochen didn't take care of, are left on top, okay? So sifting a mixture to remove relatively large impurities. Okay, that's called Meraked. Connected to this is mishamer, which basically is the same, but when it comes to liquids. So Meraked is for the solids, and mishamer is for the liquids, such as filtering wine using to get all the impurities out, using a sifting device, okay, using some kind of wire mesh to sift out water would be problematic as well. How dirty the water has to be, we will talk about. However, if we'll see it is done really b'derech achila, miyad is not going to help you. Miyad over here is not, write that down. Miyad is not going to help you. Sifting right for your meal is not going to be okay. Derech achila, however, is okay, which means in the olden days they would take out water from the outside. It could be full of insects. It was Shabbos. They couldn't sift it on Shabbos. During the week they couldn't do it on Shabbos. What do? They took some kind of like cloth. They put it over the bottle. They would drink through the cloth. That is permitted on Shabbat. So if you wanted to knock back some wine that was heavily sedimented, okay, and not just like gathered at the bottom, and you wanted to drink it down, you could put a cloth over it and drink it out of the bottle. I don't suggest it, and it's not good if you're a guest at someone's house for Shabbos, drinking wine from the bottle through a cloth. But then again, maybe it is. Yes?
I don't understand, how do you sift when you're dancing?
How do you sift when you're dancing?
I had to translate the word, and then it just doesn't make sense.
Okay, so we're not talking about dancing. It's called Meraked, sifting, because you have a colander, a sieve, because when you shake it around, the ingredients on top dance around. That's why the word in Hebrew for sifting is Meraked. So dancing is okay. It was just a joke I made at the beginning, which I'm now regretting.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Just translate to Brazilian.
Had to go from Hebrew to Brazilian back to English again. Yes, Lee.
I still get the word either. Is it like tossing?
Okay, that's good.
No, it's like lasagne.
The sun end is like what it is. Using it in exactly. Exactly. That's it. That's it. Look at Shani. Look at you. All these English words. Yes.
So, would it be considered sifting in a sense of using like a small strainer activity sometimes?
Yes.
Hot water? Yeah. It's considered strainer?
When you take it out.
Or take it out?
Yeah. Taking the tea bag out could well be Meraked as well.
It's loose leaves, it's not a bag.
I hear, but once you pull it out in a bag, or just loose leaves in a cup.
So like you have that strainer thing and you put the lessons inside.
That strainer thing is like a tea bag. In the old days, it'd be like a metal bowl
Right.
with like tongs attached to it, which my father-in-law still uses for some reason. 2016, he bought it in Israel in the 1950s and still has it using it. That's how they are. But a tea bag's the same thing. You can put a tea bag inside. Once you take it out,
Little kettles that you put the loose tea leaves in, by the spout, there was like a strainer. So when you pour it, the leaves don't turn out with it.
Very good. The first pouring is okay. Once you start to get the leaves near the spout and it starts to slow down, which is what happens because it gets blocked, you cannot do that anymore. It's exactly what we're talking about. Precisely. Yeah.
Mishamer means filtering for liquids.
Filtering for liquids, yeah. Mishamer is filtering for liquids. So Meraked, when the ingredients dance on top, that is a problem. Okay? Alrighty. Now, Meraked is specifically separating. Sprinkling is okay. If you are dusting your cake with confectioner's sugar, thank you so much, Miss Cousins, then you can just gently do that and it just spreads it around. That's okay. That's not really filtering. That's not a form of tzanen because it's already filtered. You're just spreading it around. That's going to be okay. But if you were to have a salt shaker that had clumps inside, and by doing this, clumpy starts to hold back the other stuff and touches the top, that could be problematic. Using a salt shaker is okay because you're just spreading around, you're not filtering. But if there's rice inside or there's big clumps inside, it's a problem. You can smash down the clumps because ein tochen achar tochen. Once it's ground down forever. So you can crush it down if you want to. You can also pour out the contents of the salt onto a table, which has clumps in it and rice, and pinch the salt you do want from the clumps that you don't want. That is not beau rare, and sprinkle on your food. But to use a salt shaker with big clumps inside and rice is forbidden on Shabbat. There aren't many examples for this malacha Meraked. Yes?
Wait, why is it border from the rice?
It is beau rare from the rice.
Okay.
And it's Meraked. Right? Because you're using a sifter, which is the top of the salt shaker. Yes?
But isn't the big clumps, wouldn't that be fine because it's like not your intent to, like, it wouldn't matter if you had a big clump.
You're saying you really don't care.
Yeah, you're not like, it's not like that stuff.
That's good.
Like you have to open the salt shaker. And it's not
You're thinking. You know, I don't care. It comes out, doesn't come out. I just want to have that. You know, it goes out. Look at you. Look who's thinking Hilchah Shabbos. Very nice. Very nice. I like it. I don't care. It just comes out, doesn't come out. Loch Batli. I think that'd be the same with actually a slotted spoon for cholent. Right? A slotted spoon that you pour out to let the liquid out is Meraked. But if you're just doling it out because that's the spoon you use, because that's the fancy one you got for your wedding registry at Macy's or Harrods, wherever you went, then that's going to be okay. All right. Alrighty. By the way, this is not just gedulei karka. Even things that aren't grown out of the ground also apply. If there's sand, right? Anything else like that, you're sifting and to find something, you lose something. Using a sifter to find it would be a problem. How about yes?
Sorry,
Don't apologize for asking questions. Apologize for asking stupid questions, but this is not going to be stupid.
Okay. We use the example with the slaughter spoon and the cholent
Yeah.
with the different halacha.
Yeah.
So how can I distinguish it between that halacha and the
So we're saying it is Meraked. If you use a slotted spoon to lift it out, chill it, and let the liquid come out, you can't do that. You can't do that.
It was also mentioned by its halacha. I just don't remember which one it was.
You okay? You need a book?
I need Hebrew.
You need Hebrew. Okay. Yes.
I just don't remember by which halacha was mentioned with the cholent. I remember with the oil and the.
That's borer.
Wouldn't
This
also
is
be
this is
considered
very
oil?
close. There's a whole discussion how close it is to borer. Basically, it's borer but with a sieve. And the difference is we're more strict over here because miyad helped you and ochel has helped you, but with a sieve, it ain't gonna help you.
So the example of slaughter spoon and cholent, that's Meraked and not oil.
That's Meraked. It's more Meraked, yeah. That's more Meraked than it is borer. That is absolutely correct. Now, if you live in a society, which we don't here in America, thank God for the most part, where the water is really schmutzy and disgusting, what's called achurim, really like achur, murky, thank you. And you're going to filter this murky water, that's going to be a problem. That means if the water comes out of the faucet, actually there are places in America that has this, right? Let's say you live in Flint, Michigan, which I don't recommend. and the water comes out like a thick brown sludge because they don't care, the government doesn't care about its people at all. And you just turn it on your faucet as Meraked. Why? Because if you stick your finger on the top of end of a faucet, it's like an aerator, like a meshy thing in there. If that holds back stuff, you've got a problem. It's got to be really, schmutzy for that. Okay? That's going to be forbidden. And that'll be doraisa, actually. Filtering achurim water, dirty water at all, even using it, that's going to be a problem. However, if it's basically a clear liquid, it's a clear liquid, and by putting the water in, the filtering takes out minority of stuff you can't even see, such as a Brita filter, that would be okay. That would be okay, because most people drink the water out of the faucet here in America, definitely here in New York, and that's going to be okay. So your example, Michelle, a second, if you're pouring out tea, for some reason, the tea questions always come from the Persians, right? So here we are, we're pouring out the tea, and it's coming out, and there's sediment at the bottom, because there's loose leaves at the bottom. Once they reach that top part, and it slows down, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. Yeah.
But isn't it to take food out of solid?
Meraked. What?
I mean, when you sift,
Yes.
then you're taking what you want.
Nachon. You are. Okay, you're true. You are.
So
That's why this is actually more chamor than borer. The actual act of sifting itself is a problem. Using a sifter, because that's the way they used to do it, that act itself. The fact that it's miyad, and the fact maybe you're saying, well, it's ocha b'solet, you're like, hey, that was a borer. We're like, I know. But the problem over here isn't just the borer. It's just using a sift to do borer. That itself is a problem, and that you can't do.
why? But you're not allowed to take food out of solid.
You can take ocha b'solet, and you can do miyad, but you can't use a sifter.
It has to be with your hands. That's what you're saying.
That is exactly. Biyad, remember that? Biyad, miyad, ocha b'solet. Here we lost the hand. I mean, not literally, thank God. But then you'd be harmless. You get that? Harmless. All right. I'm wasted at this job. All right, salt shakers we did. Spoons we did. If you have stuff in this thing and there. Tea bags we spoke about. Just taking it out. Some people are slightly, but most people are, you've got to take it out with a spoon. You can't just pull the tea bag out. Aerators in it. And we're done. Shalom Aleichem Malachei HaShahareis. Yeah. Salulim is pure. Salulim, it is pure, it's not murky, it's got some small impurities, right? Stuff you can't even see, that's going to be okay. Because it's drinkable even without it, right? If it's a kurim, if it's murky, that's a problem. Yeah?
So you can filter the salulim.
So you can, exactly. It's not like the Brita.
Okay.
This salulim is okay. It's not considered to be filtering at all. They're like, hey, but I like my water Brited. I want to have it all filtered. Not a problem, right? The fact that you wouldn't drink out of faucet is irrelevant. Objectively, people do. Therefore, it's okay. This achurim is doraisa. It's going to be really schmutzy. There's probably like ranges in between, to be honest with you. But those are the two main ones. Yes.
Isn't that an issue? Pikuach nefesh.
Pikuach nefesh where?
It's like have water.
Okay, if you're dying, you
Need
machal
water.
Shabbos.
Yeah.
Or just put a cloth over it and just drink it right out of the bottle. Right, that's going to do. We said if you put the mesh over the bottle itself, okay?
So I don't know if you do that, but when you have rice, you put the rice into the sifter.
Yes.
Is that allowed?
Yeah. No.
But this is
Absolutely not.
solid.
Absolutely nothing to do with it. You're using Meraked. If you make pasta and there's some water left in it and you want to just put the pasta in a big sieve and shake it out, forbidden. Thanks for mentioning it. Rice comes with the water, you put it inside the thing, you just shift it out, forbidden. If you have one of those things, we got to a point now where we can't shake the lettuce to get the water out. They have this device where you spin it around to get the water out.
Can you use that?
No. Not in Shabbos anyway. I don't. You tell me. I've given you the evidence. It's a sifting device, right? To get the water, shake the water out of the lettuce.
But they spin it out. It's not like.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. They spit it out using a. I know.
Wait, so then
It's not going this
the-
way. It's going that way. What happened? I don't know what happened. Though. I still don't get it. Why can't you just pick up the lettuce and do what I used to do? Just shake it out. And...
Is it the one to pick up each
Oh.
piece of lettuce?
What?
Like takes a lot longer.
How much longer does it take?
If you're gonna take each piece of lettuce and shake.
Exactly. What, each piece needs to have dry?
This like you
Take a hair dryer and like do the whole thing down.
Wait, with
What's happened?
You're telling
Lord!
me hairdryer and
What has
shampoo
happened over here?
with noodles,
Yeah.
you could use like a fork to take them out of the bowl, but you can't use a spoon.
Yes. A fork is an extension of your hand. That's biyad.
So you can use the spoon with the holes.
No. Spoon with holes is a separating device. It's a kli, which is created to separate out the liquid that you cannot use.
But
So
why
using a lettuce shaker for Meraked for the separating, using a sieve is forbidden.
But the rice and pasta thing, isn't that like a bishul probably? Like, why would you even need to do that on Shabbos?
We're going to get to Bishul after this. I hear your absolute excitement to get there. But if you were to have cooked rice Erev Shabbos and there's a lot of moisture under it because you didn't do it, anyone sift it out now? No.
Oh, okay.
That's what we're talking about. Are we okay? Can we move on? I wasn't planning to spend much time on Meraked. Let us do our next malacha, which is entitled Losh. Losh. By the way, are you preparing for your midterms, brother? I'm being serious. It's a really big, it's a tough midterm.
No.
Even I don't understand it. I'm like writing, I'm like, I don't know, this is, what language is this?
Hebrew. It is not English.
Hebrew. It's not English.
You curve it.
What? Yes, I do. Well, I go. I curve. Okay. Lush. Just do well in your exam. Study hard. And yes, you can study these halachas on Shabbos.
No.
I'm being serious. You can study these halachas on Shabbos. On Shabbos. About Shabbos on Shabbos. Lush. What exactly is lush? So what have we done? What have we done? We have been mevarer. We are separated. We were toching. We ground it down, and then we Meraked. We sifted out. Now we're left with a beautiful flour. It's all floury and dry. Now we need to figure out what they did next. What did they do next? They kneaded it. They kneaded it. What?
What do you need to go back?
What do you
Not need.
Exactly.
Not need.
Exactly.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Why do you not need anything on Shabbat? Need anything on Shabbat? Because they used to do it in the Mishkan. And there were two parts to it. Part 1 and part 2. What are the two parts of kneading?
Mix it together and then mush it together.
So, adding liquid to, I'm going to put flour, but really we're going to see that anything else is going to suffice here. Could be like dehydrated potatoes or kind of porridge or something, okay? And 2, the mixing itself. There's a whole discussion which one of these two is actually the malacha. Is the act of just adding the water to the flour going to be the problem, or is it the actual mixing itself? Okay, little academic, doesn't have so much. Right? In the end, these are the two parts to it that make it forbidden. Now, in order to have the status of lush, it needs to be just the way to think about it, because there's going to be other things we talk about, baby food and bananas, all the other stuff, is to think, well, what was the original malacha? Probably the lechel mapanim, or the menachos, the bread they would bring and make in the Mishkan, and that's dough. So you got to think about doughy stuff. It's going to make a doughy mixture. Okay? If it ends up being doughy, then you can't do it on Shabbat. Okay? End up doughy, no-y. Okay?
So eat really soggy oatmeal.
So before we get to the different forms of words we have for less doughy, not doughy, let's kind of make, well, what's dough? What is the difference between dough and something which is looser? So the kind of definition really is it pourable? Is it pourable? Right? Can you pour it? Dough, you cannot pour. You can try, but the whole thing will come out in one big lump. If it's pourable, then it's not most likely going to end up in this category, the oraisa, at least for sure, of lush. Okay? So that's how we are looking at it. What is this referred to? This is called this is one of the terms they use, something that is bar gibul. Bar gibul means, bar gibul is an item that when water touches it, gets involved in it, it becomes a thick mixture. Some items are love bar gibul. When the good way of saying that, bar gibul. When the liquid touches that thing, it becomes loose and liquidy. That is not a problem. Our problem are things that are bar gibul. Flour is one of the classic examples of it. The classic, the of malacha was with flour. But as we said, if you were to try to make oatmeal, and the end result of your oatmeal, by adding the water, is going to be a thick mixture. Oatmeal, therefore, is referred to as a bar gibul. It is something that turns into a solid mass. Okay?
But it could be pourable.
Solid mass. Right. It could be. It could be. And if it is pourable, then it's okay. If it passes through a doughy phase, even for a few moments, that's a problem. Okay? Yeah.
Didn't we learn that if you did like you put the oatmeal in the water?
You're on fire today. What's with you today? I don't know. I don't have Rabbi. I don't know what it is. I'm feeling all Shabbosy. I had my breakfast, pancakes. I don't know. Yes, we did say that. That's going to help us. It's not going to help us with the dough ricer level. With the bar gibul, flour, dough, you can shinoi all you want. It ain't going to help. But for a looser mixture, it is. Very good. Yes?
Isn't there an issue with oatmeal beyond like the thickness of it?
What?
So the fact that you're cooking it?
Everyone's into bishul. We're going to get to bishul after, so we're going to spend a long time on cooking to work out the problems over there.
So, like,
assuming that, well, first of all, you could do one malacha that's got two malachas to it. You could do one act that's actually two malachas. It could be lush and bishul as well. It could be. But let's say you manage to cook this item or add water to it so that it's not bishul. It's cold water.
So you can't make oatmeal, but
I didn't say that.
but he said he
But like,
said
could you tell us if you can make oatmeal?
Yes, I am going to tell you that you make oatmeal or not. I am. Okay. I'll tell you how to do it exactly. We're going to get there. I want to go in a certain order, yes. I'm not ignoring you. Yes. Bar gibul is basically is a title we give to items that end up as solid masses when liquid is attached to them. So, if you were to have an item that when water attaches, it doesn't form a solid mass, it makes a loose thing, then it's not a bar gibul, and this halachas do not apply to that item. Okay? Making instant coffee. Is instant coffee a bar gibul? No. Right? And no phase in it do you end up with a mush, a solid mass.
What about like pudding?
Pudding could be a problem. Depends how it ends up. So let's have a look. Let's do it all now. Yeah.
Turkish coffee.
How about Turkish coffee? Coffee bots. The mud coffee. So, we're going to see, I believe, that when you add it, it doesn't form mass, it stays in the liquid. Nachon? It stays in the liquid when you add the hot water to that coffee. So it's always in the water, Nachon?
The what?
Doesn't form a mass.
Well, it's horrible. Like you can drink it.
It is also, but well, actually, you're right. If you were to pour it out at the bottom and you empty out the liquid, you end up with a solid mass at the end.
Solid, so I'm gonna move on.
I know people do it.
You know people do it?
Yeah.
You said it's not a good reason.
It isn't. It isn't a good reason. You're right. Well done, Sean. Right. Just because everyone does it doesn't mean it's right. Otherwise, Losh and horror will be okay as well. Yeah. I don't know. Tough one. I'm gonna look into that one. I'll give you the parameters and you tell me. Okay. All right. If the liquid is naturally occurring in the item, like a banana, then less of a problem. A problem of tochen, we said already, but less of a problem of this because the liquid is naturally inside the item. Okay? And this is not only food items. Play-Doh, since there is other liquids that are introduced beforehand, even though it comes to you done, playing with Play-Doh on Shabbos, or in English we call it plasticine.
Oh, I know.
It's the, there's something... Plastilina, nachon. That's the one. This could be a problem on Shabbat. Okay? Okay. So in order to be lush, it must have liquid in it, or you adding liquid to it. Okay. So let's figure out. I want to make porridge, I want to make puddings, I want to make all this other stuff. How, when, where can this occur? So let us have a look at different forms of consistencies when it comes to Losh on Shabbos. The first one is called and I don't know why, this question ends up with a final and no one seems to get this. So I now have on tape that I wrote this on the board. And people tell me, I don't know why it is. Every year people are like, I don't remember the following phrase I'm about to put on the board. So do me a favor, write this down. And then people argue with the final. You never taught us this. I was like, it was on the board. Now we have video thing though. It's called a belila ava. A belila ava is a thick mixture. It's dense. Okay? It's not pourable. That you're not allowed to make even for a moment.
Isn't that a bar gibble?
That's a bar gibble, right? Bar gibble will fall under that category. Bar gibble are dense, not pourable items. Bar gibble is referring to the item itself. We're just saying the act of making a belila, a mixture which is which is thick, that you cannot make. Even if you go from non to non, but along the way you end up with a belila ava, that's problematic. Yeah.
So like making something like tuna is fine because
Hold on. Hold your tuna. Hold your tuna, Miss Cousins. Take it easy. The next is a belila raka. Belila raka is I'm going to call it a thin mixture. It's still a mixture, but it is pourable. It is pourable. Okay? This is going to be okay, but we're going to have to, just in case, throw in 2 shinois. Why 2? Because there's 2 parts to making a lush mixture. What were the 2 parts? Putting the liquid and the mixing itself. So we're going to have to undo, because we're not too sure which one of those is really where the problem comes in. So when it comes to this, we're going to do a plus 2 shinoi process, because we're going to have to figure out and undo both parts of making a lush mixture. Nachon? Good. The third thing is not a problem, and that is a devar nizul. What's a devar nizul? What is nizul? What's a nizela? Right, nizela. If you have a nizela, what have you got? Run your nose.
Oh, nazele.
Nazele. Nachon? It's a liquidy thing. So it's very, very liquidy. That's not a problem at all. You don't need shinoi. You can just do it, such as making coffee from instant coffee. That's not a problem. Finally, we have chatichot gedolot. Chatichot gedolot is large pieces. And over there, with large pieces, we're going to see that is lesser of a problem because the original was small pieces that was mixed with a liquid to make big pieces. Okay? That's chatichot gedolot. Okay? Are we clear on this? Let's look at some examples of all four categories. Nice, simple, and good. Because Tuesday is midterm time. And that's when I get to sit and eat the food while you do the work. It's revenge day for me. I cover the table, I have drinks, spilling drinks, coffee everywhere. Okay, belila ava. Okay, bread dough, cookie dough, thick cakes, icing, pasta-like substances, thick pudding would fall over here as well. Thick cooked cereal, right? Moist mud. All these things that are too thick, too poor. Over here, a shinoi is not going to help you.
Like, you're not allowed to eat cereal in Shabbat?
I didn't. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, hey, who said anything about cereal?
Yeah. So what did
Can you eat cereal on Shabbat? I said shinoi. I said shinoi is not going to help you. But you want to eat cereal? Why not?
No, you said cereal. What
You
is
said
it?
like
Yeah, you
cookie dough
said
bread or cereal.
Thick cereal. Cereal I'm talking about are like the thick cooked cereal, not the frosted
means
flakes,
oatmeal.
the Shabbat
It
cereal.
means oatmeal.
Oatmeal,
You're not allowed.
daisa. If it ends up being a thick mixture that is not pourable, the lila ava, that you cannot make. If you are able to make it so that it is pourable, not a complete liquid, but it's still pourable and doesn't pass through a belila ava phase, so you add a lot of liquid to it, milk or water, then it would be okay. Avant? Are we good on this? Are we clear? Very simple. Nothing crazy over here. Nothing crazy. Yes, Miss Cousins.
Okay, once I took oatmeal out and I forgot to make it, and Shabbat started, and so I did the thing where you pour the milk in and then you leave it in the fridge overnight, and then in the morning it's like full oatmeal, so that was not allowed, right?
What was that?
Poured milk. She poured milk into oatmeal.
Oh, you're saying it happened passively.
Yeah, but I poured it, and you said
The
that
pouring
makes
is part of it, yeah. That's a very interesting example. If I just pour it and leave it, that's still a problem. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Okay.
If it ends up being a thick mixture.
Can you do it before
That's
Shabbat?
okay. Can everyone please start stoning Miss Cousins and we'll get this over and done with, shall we?
Can you do that before Shabbat and put it in the refrigerator and pour it?
Before Shabbat? Yeah, this is only on Shabbat.
But it's
Yes.
becoming-
I do. My wife does it every Shabbos. Every Shabbos she makes challah and then we eat it on Shabbos.
No, I'm saying like, throughout the night it's getting thicker.
Yeah,
You're saying it's getting thicker throughout the night and up. As long as you start the process Erev Shabbos, I don't think it's a problem. I don't think it's a problem, no.
But then when you eat it, you like
So good.
mix it and then you but it's already thick, but like you mix
It's very
it.
thick, no problem.
You just mix it to like break it.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay?
Wait, then why can't you play with Play-Doh?
Because it's got a liquid inside it.
That's already like,
That liquid was introduced. It's not naturally occurring inside the Play-Doh. There's no Play-Doh tree that creates Play-Doh plants that they smash up, unlike a banana. So when it comes to Play-Doh, there's a liquid inside, but mushing it around, you are furthering the mushing process.
What's Play-Doh?
Okay, someone know how to say Play-Doh in Hebrew?
No, what is the
Play-Doh is like a plasticina, like a clay, like a clay. Let's say like a. You shouldn't. We stop it in my house. Actually, we stop it during the week as well. Makes mess that stuff. What?
If they're under the age of Kino.
If they're very, very young, you probably don't have to stop them. But we don't. In my house though, we consider it a muksa item. That's the best way to do it. But you're right. If they want to start doing it, yeah, what?
Those little like balls that are attached or spinning, and you can like play with them. It's
Oh,
kind
I
of
know what
like
you're
Play-Doh.
talking about.
Little,
They're like little micro beads, but they're all stuck together, and it's
Magnets.
Are they
No,
magnets?
they're not magnets. No, they're like stick. They're like
It's like
they
styrofoam.
stick to each
It's a
other,
little
and you can like
styrofoam.
shape it, but they're all
Yeah,
tiny little
and they're
beads.
tiny.
Yeah,
Constantly wet.
Yeah.
I got no clue. I don't know. It's just you're just shifting shape.
Yeah,
And actually, like, there's no actual liquid. There's no liquid in it. It's not lush. Plasticine, this, plasticine, this. Play-Doh, it's got like a liquid inside it. There's some like liquids that are very small, but it's in there.
But if you leave Play-Doh, it's not going to separate or anything.
Just play with
so
the
it's
doll.
not like you're-
It's not separate. It's about the cutting it together.
It's not like you're remixing it. It's like it's already mixed.
By the way, I want to add over here. Since it's not just gedule karka we're talking about over here, making egg salad is tricky because you take the egg, you break it down, you then add mayonnaise to it, and you add oil, right? Or you put chocolate, and you all make it into one big gibble. It becomes a bar gibble, and it's not pourable. So how are you going to make egg salad on Shabbos? And that's why many people are very, very careful to do it. I tell you, the Hasidic homes, they make egg salad at the Shabbos table to make sure. I'll tell you why. Because there's a few things they have to remember. They want to do it miyad as well, I guess. That was by Meraked over here, possibly. Plus, you can use a shinoi over here that you can't by Meraked, so maybe that's going to help you as well. Let's just go through how to make egg salad in a way that it's okay. Remember, if it is finely chopped down, right, and then adding it makes it belila ava, then it's a problem. Okay, belila ava, a thick mixture. Repeat after me. Belila ava, a thick mixture. That's going to be a problem. I tell you, everyone leaves that question out. I don't know why. Forget that. You're not going to forget that. You're going to get that answer, aren't you? I'm telling you, it's going to be on the exam. I'm telling you now. Pens are out. Everyone's writing it down, highlighting it. You see what happens? You see mine? You get it now? You get it? You get it?
Yeah, it's gonna be on the exam.
That's good, girl.
It's gonna be question number 22.
Okay, it won't be on the midterm. No midterm. Midterm's only after Borer. It's on the final, which is a long time. Enough time for you to forget it. Okay. Okay. So ideally you want to do it before Shabbos. So what can you do? So first of all, you can add a shinoi. You can add a shinoi over there, which means normally you add the egg and then introduce the oil, the mayonnaise. So this time mix it around. Put the mayonnaise first and then throw in the eggs themselves. Okay?
I still don't get the problem with that style.
You're making it. It's a bar gibble.
Yeah, but where's the liquid that you're putting in?
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise isn't a liquid.
Yes, it is.
No, it's having a problem.
Who said about you? I'm talking about choose what's going to be a problem. Yeah.
But mayonnaise isn't a liquid.
Why not oil?
If you like drink
It's got oil inside it. Oil is a liquid. Oil is inside mayonnaise. What makes mayonnaise into mayonnaise?
So anything with oil inside it.
Yeah.
Anything with oil inside
Yeah.
it is a liquid.
Yeah. Or liquidy. Yeah.
I think the argument
Sharon's one of the liquids.
is Blila Ava.
Is what? And what's the second? Are you hearing, before we get to, are you hearing why? Mayonnaise has oil inside it, right?
Yeah.
So when you put mayonnaise in, you're adding a liquid to finely cut egg, if you smash it down, which basically you're not going to do, we'll see in a second. And when you start to make up, it becomes a solid mass, which is not pourable. Nachon? So what we're going to, are you with me? Are you following?
If anything, the problem is the mayonnaise. Like
Yeah.
making the mayonnaise itself, but it's made.
No, not making the mayonnaise itself. Making mayonnaise itself,
But that's what becomes like a.
no, it doesn't. Adding mayonnaise to eggs and chopped liver to make it to one big,
But I don't think it's
Mush.
Mayonnaise is
If,
like
if you already have mush, can you add more to that mush? If you already have
Like not just peanut butter.
yes.
Like on top.
Yes,
So
you
that's the
can.
mayonnaise.
But here it's not, because it's not a thing. It's got no liquid in it.
no, but mayo is Blila Ava.
Yeah, like the mayonnaise
No,
itself.
the
That's
problem
an
isn't, the mayonnaise itself is not the problem. It's mixing the mayonnaise with a finely crushed egg
But it
to
should
make
be.
a belila ava. That's the problem.
But you said it's not an issue to add to.
But the egg itself is not considered belila ava. It's
No, but
finely,
the
it's like
mayo
flour.
is. The mayo is.
The Could someone try for this with me?
No, I understand that.
Are you taking her side?
Yeah. Because the mayo itself is what becomes the like it's the
No, it
mayo
doesn't.
is liquid. In the mayo is oil and eggs. So that becomes.
Oh, he was saying. You're saying actually making mayonnaise itself is a problem.
Yeah, so that when you add it to another thing already, that's like we're past that point, so it's not a problem.
Ingenious. but it ain't gonna help. So,
What if you don't consider mayo a liquid? Like it's thick. It's not.
what's thick?
Mayo. It's thick.
He's saying
should-
that
But that's not the problem. The
inside
problem is
mayo
the oil inside the mayo is going to mix together with your pieces of egg and going to make a new mixture of this egg. The problem is the egg, not the mayo.
What if you have a fat-free mayo?
You have a what?
Fat-free mayo. So it's already in the oil.
Well, there's still something
I think he needs to have some breakfast. I know it's going to help you because it's still got oil inside. The fact they cut down the amount of oil by 30%, it's still a liquid, right? Nachon?
It's
still gonna help
you.
you.
Have, like potato chips that are, you want to mix them into something for some reason, but there's oil in there,
Yes.
so you can't do that because there's oil.
If
in
you were to
Make
take,
it like a soupy.
one second. If you were to take potato chips and find a way by smashing them, not that they separate out but become one big solid mass,
No, like, I'm
then
gonna
you're correct.
smash
Then it
them
would be a
up and
problem.
Mix them into something that's already solid mass.
That could be okay.
Why? They would.
Because you're just increasing the amount of it. This is a fair question. Okay.
No, like okay, if I have like raw tuna, right?
Compressing dry flour. I'm answering your question. Compressing dry flour, oatmeal cereal, powder, or loose dirt into a solid lump would not be lush, even though a solid mass has been formed, because no liquid medium was added. Oh no, that's without liquid. One second. Wait a minute.
Because you're adding the solid into the liquid. Is that right? Not the liquid into solid.
Oh no, it is a problem. One may not add flour to a dough or powdered mix or porridge or pudding. You can't. In all these examples, the addition of solid particles serve to firm up and thereby improve the lush mixture. Similarly, mixing gypsum powder to thicken a paste is lush that you can't do.
But did you just say compressing any powder into a solid is okay?
What?
You said compressing any powder.
Yes, dry. Once you add liquid, it's a problem.
Two dry ingredients together to make a lump is
A
fine.
thin batter-like mixture may be blended into a thick dough if the proper shinoi conditions are, but you can add a shinoi to it.
So then, could you add a shinoi to the
One may thicken a previously mixed baby cereal for a small child who won't eat it otherwise by first preparing a separate thick mixture in the following manner. Do shinoi, both of them. Thick mixture must be mixed only with a crisscross. That's the other shinoi. We'll see in a second. Yeah, you can do it. Right, because you're adding a thin liquid to the already big mixture. So if you want to add mayonnaise to an existing mayonnaise salad, that's going to be okay. But introducing for the first time mayonnaise to your dry cut up eggs is a problem. Okay, so one second. Let me finish off. So we add a shinoi. What's the shinoi? You change the reverse order. You reverse the order of the mixing, which if you normally put the eggs in first and then add the mayonnaise, put the mayonnaise in the bowl, then the eggs. Okay, so if you don't have a methodology, how do most people do it? Most people put the dry, then add the liquid on top, probably. They don't put this mayonnaise into a bowl, so you can follow the general derech. 2, when you mix it up, you have to do it shati ve'erev.
This is like egg salad that already has a mayonnaise.
Whoa, 1 second. We're gonna allow you to make the egg salad in this following method. Okay? 1, you're going to add 2 shinois. Okay? 2, that's 1 shinoi is reverse the order. The other is you're going to crisscross. Shati ve'erev. You're going to crisscross. Right? Not do the regular stirring. You're going to go upwards, downwards, sideways like that. 1, 2, 1, 2. It's called shati ve'erev. You're going to do it crisscross. 3, you're not going to crush the eggs down into small pieces. You're going to leave them as a little bit of chatichat gedolot. Bigger pieces.
So it's like chunky?
Chunky.
What about tuna?
Tuna's going to be the same, I believe.
Wasn't that 3 things?
Yes, 3 things. But the shinoi is 2. 2 shinois, and you're going to and in addition to the 2 shinois, you're going to add. Make sure it is you have chatichat gedola. You don't mash it down, so it's a fine thing. So you should have more chunky egg salad on Shabbos. Yes.
Tuna like already has liquid mixed into it because it was in the can with the water.
True, but now you're going to add other stuff to make it into a mush.
You just said
so
that
you can.
already had.
You should probably.
Mixture and you're adding like mayo, which is also already a mixture. Then
That was only if you add it to it. I don't think tuna is considered to be a instead of gibble, even with potatoes sitting on it.
already added.
Yeah, but it's not mixed up yet into a mush. You may have one part, not the other. No, they just pack it inside there. Don't go in, finish it off yet. One second. I've got to finish this off. Stop. Belila raka. So belila raka you can make with 2 shinois. Okay, you want to make baby cereal, want to make porridge? You can do it. Just reverse the order. Just reverse the order of it, and when you mix it, you go in an unusual fashion.
And egg salad would be in this category.
Egg salad in this category, if you add in the chatichot gedolot as well, the egg salad. That's going to be okay. Of what? Yeah, you want to make,
But don't you only need 2 shinois? Like, why do you need to put together?
that's by egg salad because it's still not such a pourable thing at the end. So, no, lesser of a problem, yeah. Because the original was fine flour added to water. Davar nizzle we said is totally okay. That's making instant coffee on Shabbat. That's good. Belila raka is a pourable, thinner mixture. It's not liquidy. It's not absolute liquid. It's a pourable mixture that you can do if you add your 2 shinois. Like you're making porridge, you're making daisa, and you add a lot of liquids so it doesn't even pass through a belila of a stage. You go straight through to the belila raka. Yeah. Large pieces. So for the eggs, at least you shouldn't make it mushed completely down. When they cut it, you should have like chunky egg salad.
Why is it worse now?
Because the original of was with a fine powder that became a thing. If it's larger pieces, this does not pass into it. Porridge. That is a loose mix. It's a pourable liquid, a pourable porridge, as opposed to thick porridge. Okay, Tuesday is midterm time. And then Thursday will begin Bishul.
Is the exam
What?
the exam ends with
Yes, exam